So let's start with getting our voices warmed up and our breath. And there's a mantra that we use in yoga. You might have heard me do it before. It's Loka Samasta Sukhinom Bhavantu. And I will say it slower, but what it is, may all beings be happy and free, and may our words, deeds, and actions contribute to
Mindy,
that.
can you highlight yourself?
No, I cannot. Somebody has to highlight me. Who's on from MPF? I'll see if I can. Let's see here.
There you
you're
go.
on.
Thank you.
Okay, can you highlight me for these guys? Am I highlighted now? Okay.
You have been, so.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, well, I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to say the words, and so you just know this is not a religion. It's just getting our voices warmed up. So, and I'll say it again for those of you just signing on. Loka Samasta Sukhinom Bhavantu, which means may all beings be happy and free, and may my words, deeds, and actions contribute to their joy, health, happiness, peace. And you actually can do your own words too. You can put in your own words for this. Yeah, I'm doing this because I'm cold, but we can we can add in some movement as we do this. So it's going to be Loka Samasta Sukhinom Bhavantu. So you can say it loud. You're in your houses. No one can hear you. Loka Samasta Sukhinom Bhavantu. As we sway. And now we're going to go forward and back. Loka Samasta Sukhinom Bhavantu. We're swaying forward and back. As much as you feel comfortable going forward and backwards. You don't want to fall back in the chair, and you don't want to fall forward off the chair. Loka Samasta Sukhinom Bhavantu. Let's add on some arms. Loka wide. Samasta clap. Sukhinom open it up. Bhavantu clap it. Loka clap. Samasta clap. Sukhinom. That's it. Bhavantu. Open it up. Take your arms out wide. Let's sway towards the right. Beautiful. Take your hands behind your head. Bring your elbows forward. Open them up. You can lean slightly back into your fingerprints. We're not pushing the head forward. We're leaning back because we tend to lean forward. Come on up. Open it up. Spread your fingers. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. And that might mean taking your arms a little bit forward and then pulling back. Find that spot where you can feel your blades. Bend your elbows, fingertips behind your head, elbows forward, but don't push your head forward. Lean your head back a little bit. Open it up, press down, rise up. Open. Fingers together on your head. Elbows forward, open it up, lift up, open wide, spread the fingers, fingertips behind the head, elbows forward, open it up, press down, rise up, release down, circle the shoulders around and about. There we go. Let's take our right leg out to the side, push the heel down, sit tall. The left knee is forward. Then pull it back in and step out to the side. You can go slower, faster. Don't worry about doing exactly what I do ever. Do what's right for your body. We're pushing the heel down. We're pulling the toes towards us. Bring it on in. Step it out to the side. We're getting a little bit of a stretch. So if you need to, bring the foot a little bit forward. If that feels like too much of a stretch, pull it in. Open it up. Open it up. Sit tall. Bring it on in. Crunch your toes, because you know I'm into this short foot business now. So you're pushing your toenails down. You can even try it by pushing your finger, your finger pads, your thumb pads, push them into your toenails so you know what it feels like to push your pads down into the mat. So it's not the tips of the toes, right? This is the tip of the toes. We're not doing that. We're pushing down through the pads of the toes. So it's like there's this upward pressure going down into them. I'm being kind of very detailed and specific about that. I had a class last night in person and I was watching people. And so I know this isn't clear because it may not be clear because it's not a movement you're used to. So we push them down. You're going to feel the activation in the arch. And then go ahead and release that. And then inhale, lift your toes, spread them. Notice how I'm not looking at them, neither should you. Push them down as you spread them and reach them forward. It's a big action for your feet. You're going to feel activation if it feels like it's too much. Oh my, Oscar is snoring. He's had a tough morning. It was thundering. I know you can't see him because he's towards the screen. But Oscar, I'm sorry if we're disturbing you in any way, but it doesn't appear that we are. Inhale, lift your toes, spread them, place them down, push the toe pads down. Now, I just felt that more this time. So it may take a few times to really get it. When you get it, hold it. Let's say 1, 2, 3 breaths, then release it, let it go. When you're standing, we want to do that too. And in fact, if any of you want to stand while we're doing this, you can. You're going to feel more downward pressure because you're standing and the weight of your body is pressing down, the gravity. One more time. Inhale, lift toes, spread them, big toe, second, third, fourth, fifth, spreading wildly, push them down, push the pads down, feel the arches in your feet activate. Now, inhale, lift your heels up. Lift them up. Exhale, slowly lower the right down. Inhale it up and the left. And go back and alternate as we sit tall. Breathe in and breathe out. And now let's swing our arms as we do this. So swinging the arms as we lift our heels. Breathe in and breathe out. Just like this, heel rises, arms are big. Now let's take our arms out to the side and alternate and alternate and alternate. Doesn't matter which one. Inhale, both heels rise, one or both arms up overhead, reach tall, reach tall. Exhale, pull your elbows down as your heels lower. Inhale, heels rise, you reach up high like you're pulling down. Claw it, pull it down, elbows come down. Don't go too far down where you feel like you're stressing out your neck. Inhale, heels rise, fingertips rise. Exhale, lower it down. Good. Take your right leg out to the side. Left knee is forward. Inhale, arms reach out. And let's side bend like we're an airplane towards the right. Beautiful. Take the upper arm, your left arm forward, reach it up. Good. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale it up. Maybe gaze up towards the fingertips. Maybe not. Bend the elbow, take it back behind your head. Reach the elbow up, maybe gaze up. If that's too much in your neck, gaze forward or even down. The neck is so precious, so precious. We want to treat it well. Push down now through the front foot. That's your left foot. Push the toe pads down. Push the right heel down. Lift up. That's it. Inhale, reach high. Interlace your fingers. Press the wrist lines. Awesome. Relax your shoulders. Take your palms, press them into your left thigh. Round your spine like the cat. Inhale, lift palms upwards towards the sky. You can bend your elbows to get more movement. Notice that everybody bend their elbows. You may feel like you get more movement. Exhale, press palms down into the thigh. When your palms touch the thigh, bend the elbows. Really push pressure into the thigh, not the knee. And then feel how the weight changes in your foot. Now push the toe pads down in your foot. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Open the palms. Let's do a circle or a half circle towards the right. Beautiful. You might take your bottom arm, your right arm, and clasp the left forearm or wrist. Give it a little bit more traction. Inhale, rise up. Left hand to the side of the chair. Draw that shoulder up and back. We're going to find a twist. Find a twist. Take your right arm outside your left thigh. Now you can go and push the palm into the thigh into palm. Find your twist as you gaze towards the left, but remember, neck follows lower spine. You're turning from your lower ab. And if this feels like too much, bring your right leg a little bit more to diagonal, even forward. Turn back to neutral, to forward, and step this right foot back on in. Extend now the right leg forward, lift it up, press it down. Extend the heel forward, lift it up, lower it down. Inhale, heel is down, toes are up. Lift the knee, you can use your hands for a little support. Lower it down. One more time, and then we're going to do this motion with our upper body as well. Extend the heel, pull the toes towards you. Inhale, knee rises, let it go. Now we're going to extend, and you can interlace your fingers or not. Reach forward, push down through the left foot. We got back to that short foot. Push those toe pads down. Inhale, rise up. And circle it around. So it's a circular motion. Bend your elbows as you bring your hands towards you. Feel your shoulder blades on your back here. Ooh, I'm hearing some good crunchies. I just heard some, it was almost like thunder in the shoulders. Notice what you feel. Yup. Then take your hands to your hips. Shoulders up and back. Lean forward. Elbows are towards each other. Breathe in and breathe out. Heart is forward. It's like you're lifting up and out of your spine. And then find that spot where your neck spine is not stressing out. It's It's like you feel the tops of your ears go slightly back. Then we're going to take our arms forward, lift up a few more times, just like this. And then take your hands to the side of the chair. Both feet are forward. Hold on to the side of the chair. Both heels are down. Pull the toes towards you and then circle around and about. Circle your ankles as you hold on to the seat of your chair so you don't fall off. Good. And then reverse it. Remembering to breathe. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's drag. Do one at a time so you can feel it. Drag the right heel towards you so the heel's underneath your knee. Notice how you'll feel the muscles underside on the underside of your thigh activate. Now pull the left heel in and notice how those muscles activate. Extend the left leg out to the side. We can't ignore this side. Push the heel down, pull the toes towards you. Take a breath in and a breath out. Let's take our arms skyward. Open up wide. Yep. Inhale, lift up. Maybe gaze up. Exhale out to the side. Tip towards your left. Take a moment here. Feel it. Pushing down through the left heel. The right toe pads are pushing down. We've got that short foot going. Feeling the arch activate. Take your hands behind your head. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, arms out to the side. Tip it down. Now, as you push your left heel down, pull the leg isometrically towards you. You'll feel a little softness behind your knee. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower. Take the right arm over your ear and maybe the left arm clasps the wrist or the forearm, the hand does, or you can be like this. That's good too. Elbows bent is great too. Which is best for you? I'm getting a super strong side bend on the right side of my ribs, right about here, right there. Notice what you're feeling. Lean slightly back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, right hand down, left arm is lifted. Notice if this knee tries to hang out there, the leg just kind of goes to the side. Push the foot down. Don't let that happen. Let's take the left arm outside the right thigh. Your left arm can be clasping the back of the chair, the seat of the chair, or at a diag. That might feel the best. Press your left hand into your thigh and your thigh into your hand. Pull the ribs back. Lift tall through the spine. Slowly turn your neck towards the right. Breathe in and breathe out. And breath is in. And breath is out. Feel this twist. It's opening the front of your body. It's twisting your organs that tend to be stagnant. Come back to center. Bring the leg forward now. And we're going to interlace our fingers and do this motion of moving forward and back. Notice how your core engages as you lean slightly back. Press the palms forward, upwards, and around. Your gaze can follow it. Really push down through those right toe pads. You're going to feel the muscles on your lower leg and maybe even all the way up the leg activate. Hands to your hips. Shoulders up and back. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Push the big toe mound away. Lean forward, pulling elbows towards each other. Breathe in and breathe out. Breath is in And breath is out. One more time. So our neck spine is in line with our lower spine, all the way down. Rise up and bring that foot back in. Notice how you feel. Extend the left leg. We're going to pull the foot towards us and feel the muscles activate. Extend the right leg. Pull the muscles towards us and feel the activation. Now, open up your legs. Hold on to the chair. We're going to bring them back in. Open it up. Notice you've got to use a little core here. Bring it back in. Open it up. Bring it back in. You might be going, what is she doing? We're getting ready for our goddess pose or horsey pose. Inhale. Bring your arms forward. Maybe cross the pinkies, ring in middle. Pointer fingers are forward. Thumbs are crossed up. Arms lift. That's it. Push down through your toe pads. Feel your arches activate. Take your sitting bones back. Notice how when you take your sitting bones back, you might feel the inner thigh stretch a little more. Then pull your ribs back, and then you're going to feel your belly engage a little bit more. Find a circle now. Towards the right. Down. Really push the toe pads down. Out towards the left. Up towards the sky. Beautiful. Let's reverse it. Circling towards the left. Push pads down. Downward. Towards the right. Inhale, lift up. Awesome. Open up the arms. Flow towards your right. Inhale, lift. Flow towards the left. Yes. Come on up. One more towards the right. And towards the left. Then take your hands to your thighs. You need to adjust your feet so they're not as wide, or maybe you want to take your feet a little bit wider. We're going to trace our arms down the thighs. Now, you might take your hands down the shins, but that's up to you. See where you're at. I'm going to start with the thighs, pushing the palms into the thighs. The sitting bones move back like you're sticking your fanny back to somebody. Your spine moves forward, shoulders up and back, sitting bones back, palms pressing into thighs. Notice when you press your palms into your thighs, how you feel your shoulder blades come onto your back. Circle the shoulders to your ears and then up towards the sky. Then you're going to feel those blades really move in towards each other. Now push down through your feet and your palms, lift up. So that's a little bit of a cobra action. It's a little bit of a back bend. Let's do that again. Palms on thighs. Some of you might be taking it down, but I think it's best on the thighs. And we're lengthening our spine forward. Sitting bones are back. Shoulders circle towards the back. Now, not too far back because that's going to stress your neck out. Find the spot where you do not feel strain on your neck. Then push your palms down and lift your heart a little bit forward and up. You're going to feel a back bend here. Then pull your ribs up a little bit and you're going to feel your belly tone. Inhale, rise up. Yes, let's bring the feet together. That was a long time. A long time. I'm going to take the chair now and face the side. And we'll do some core work. You might have a block and place it in between your palms. Press the palms into the block. So we start in our mountain pose. We lean forward. We don't feel the core so much engaged. We lean back, core starts to engage. Maybe you come up onto your tippy toes here. Push your palms into the block, but not so you get a headache, right? If you push too much, I've noticed that the stress goes into the jaw and the neck and the shoulders and in the hands. We're working here. This is where we're working. This center thing right here. So push palms into block, find just that right amount, lean slightly back, then come forward. Take a little break. And you want to be towards the edge of the chair. You don't want to be, so you're going to fall forward or back. So find where you feel supported. Let's lean back and now take the block towards the right, center, and towards the left, center. Maybe you lift the block slightly up. You don't want back pain. Pull the ribs back. Maybe you lift it a little bit more. Keep the ribs moving back. Let's come on back to neutral. So we never want to take ourselves to pain. We just don't want that. There's no reason to transfer tension to part of our body. Let's go back and do it again. And you can, I've got this wall in the way. I should just change it so it's like this. Then you'll see it a little bit more. Okay, so blocks in front, pushing palms into block. Lean back, ribs go back. Take your arms towards one way. Bring them to center. Now I'm up on my tippy toes. Bring them towards the left. Keep the ribs back, come back to center. Maybe lift the arms a little bit. Maybe lift a leg. Now it could be here and it could be here. Then, no. You can't, if they start acting up, my husband just let both dogs in. We may be bringing both dogs out. Then maybe we lift the other leg up. And then come back to center. We'll see, because Felix can cause a ruckus. He's already going all over the room. So if you see me having to put them out, it's because Felix is instigating, but maybe he'll be a good boy. All right, let's do it again. I like this. And we're going to lift one leg and then the other. Let's take our arms towards the right and maybe lift the left leg. Yep. Now your toes could just be down or maybe to come up a little bit. Come back to center. Take your arms towards the left. Maybe lift the right leg up. Come back to center. Let's put the block in between our thighs. Breathe in and breathe out. Take a breath in. On your breath out, squeeze the block. Feel your belly engage, your inner thighs push into the block. On an inhale, breathe in without dropping the block. Exhale, squeeze block, pull belly in. Inhale, that's a gorgeous down dog, Felix, it really is. You really should show people that down dog. And then open it up. Exhale, squeeze block. Now, lean slightly back. You might have a second block, then you could hold it with your hands. Or you can just take your arms out. Maybe this is tough stuff. To maybe imagine you're lifting both legs. Your belly will engage. If you want, you could hold on to the sides of the chair here too and practice maybe lifting up. You need to make sure your chair is really super stable. No falling back. This is building heat. Exhale, release. Let that go. We'll go for it again. Lift your heart. That's most important. Take your ribs back. Maybe lift one or both feet up. Maybe you take your knees towards you. This is boat pose. Exhale, release down. You don't want to have back pain when you do this. You don't want to have back pain. We'll do it one more time. If you have back pain, don't go so far back. Don't pick your knees up. Just even imagining that you're lifting your legs is work. Okay, here we go. Maybe hands are holding onto the side of the chair. Maybe we lift our legs. Maybe we push our bunions in towards each other. We're hugging the block. We're breathing. Come on down. Let that go. Enough of that business. Enough of that business, guys. We're done with that. Let's stretch out our legs before we go down with the tie. And I want to show this with the loop. I showed it the other day, but I just want to make sure you all see it. You can make a loop like this instead of holding on to it with your hands. If they tend to stress out, then you put the loop around your foot and you can place your forearms into the strap, press away, and you don't feel like you are stressing out your hands when you're holding onto the strap. So I like to push the forearms away as I'm stretching the leg out and pushing the heel. We want to stay up on our sitting bones. We're not looking to lean back like that. That would get back to boat pose though. That's kind of an interesting idea. I might have to play that with you. So push the heel away, and then you might turn the heel out. In and toes out. That's a good stretch. You don't have to hold the tie like this, but if you tend to get stress in your hands and in your wrist and in your shoulders and your jaw, then try it. Make a loop. Inhale, come back to center, to neutral. Let's turn it out again. Heels in, toes out, lift tall. Breathe in. And breathe out, feel the stretch. Let's release our left hand, take your right hand to the strap, bend your knee and pull the knee back towards you. This is half happy baby in the chair. So we're getting a little bit of stretch in the inner thigh. Then push the heel back out. Then pull the foot back in, and you can really pull it in there. Now, I have a lot of mobility here, so don't compare yourself to me. And then push it out. You might be more here, or maybe you put your foot on a block. But this is getting a good inner thigh stretch. Let's extend it out and do the other side. Strap around foot. Wrists inside, forearms inside the loop. And putting your palms together is kind of nice too. Knee may start bent, and then push the heel away. Keep the spine growing tall. We don't want to lean back like that. Keep the spine growing tall, the shoulders up and back. Push the heel away, spread the toes. Turn the toes out and the heel in. You'll feel that, it's different. Come back up, press away. Toes back up, press it out to the side. Let's hold it, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. That strap feels so good against the arch, it's really nice. Toes back up. We're tall, release one of the hands, and then pull the knee towards you for half happy baby. Now we'll do this on the mat too, so you can do it on the mat, but this is for those of you who don't necessarily want to go down. You can still do half happy baby. Push it away and then pull it back in. And you can use both hands if that's helpful. The leg is heavy. Press it away, pull it in. Feel that, release it, let it go, crisscross applesauce, your knees open and close, and we'll find our way down to the mat. So placing your chair so that it won't move, but it can support you. Bring a strap, a block, a blanket. You never know what you're gonna need. And if you have two blocks, you can bring them too. Hands go onto the chair. Blankets for under the knees. Slowly take yourself down. There's no rush in yoga. I'm just going to move this out of the way. I'm very proud of Felix. He's being a good boy. Yes, you are. You're being a really good boy. Sometimes he tries to get Oscar to play in here because he's so excited, and that's not great for teaching. It's really fun to watch. It was so nice yesterday. We were out on our front lawn. We didn't want to come in, did we, Felix? Okay. So let's go on to our tables. Our knees are supported. with something soft. The same action that we do with short foot, we do with our hands. We press our finger pads down. We press the pointer finger knuckle down. Our arms get strong from this pressure down. You can feel it's like you're drinking energy up through your arms. Let's let the hips sway to the right. Inhale, come back to center and sway towards the left. And inhale and come back to center. Curl the toes under, extend the right leg back, and then press the heel away and stretch the back of the calf. This is so nice. It really is such a good calf stretch. And also it stretches the bottom of the foot. Then, now, you know, if your wrists are sore, you can put them, they do make wedges, but you can also roll the mat and then place your wrists on the rolled mat, and that can be very supportive as well. So if that's helpful for you, try it. You can also like roll a towel. That would work. So the wrist is on the roll, but your fingers are off of it. Then we're extending the leg back. Toes can lift so that your leg is hip height, or toes can be down. And we're going to take our toes out to the side, heel in, and then bring it back. Turn it out. Bring the toes back, facing down, heel is up. Outward, inward. Now little pulses of heel lifting. Breathe in and breathe out. We got little pulses of the heel lifting. And you feel your hip tone. Feel your hip tone. Ribs are lifting to the back of your shirt. Feel your sitting bone angle out through the center of your heel. Now, let's pull the right knee in towards our shoulder and then press it back. Heel is up. Pull your knee in towards you, circle it around and about. Make your circles big. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring the knee down. Let's take a little break. We've been on the hands a bit here. Knees are wider, toes are together. Find your version of child pose. Yes, Felix, we are doing child's pose now. So if your shoulders are tight, you may stack your hands like this. Forehead might be on the back of your hands. If not, depending upon the movement in your shoulders, you might lengthen your arms forward. What's also really nice is you're going to pull your ribs back, feel your belly tone, and maybe push your fingertips down into the mat. Neck is relaxing. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we're keeping a curve in the neck. We're not flattening it. We're not taking the head back. We're lengthening through the spine. Push your fingertips down and press them away. You'll feel some nice stretch. And then lift back up. Come back onto your palms, or you are welcome to come up onto your forearms. Elbows are just slightly forward of shoulders, so we're not feeling crunchy here. Gives us a little bit of length. If they're right under the shoulders, it can feel kind of claustrophobic for them. So take them forward if you're on your forearms, or come up onto your palms, extend the left heel back and roll forward and back. Breathe in and breathe out, and breathe in and breathe out. Toes are curling under, heel is pressing back. Feel a nice stretch through the back of the calf. We're going to lift the heel up, pull the ribs back, turn the toes out, bring them back down, turn the toes out, heel in, bring it down. out, in. Let's pull the knee in towards us and then circle the knee around and about. I'm going to turn this way because I don't think they're seeing it, Felix. We're going to circle the knee around and about, then extend the leg back. Now we're going to pull the knee in towards the shoulder. Extend it back, heel up. Pull the knee in towards the shoulder. Extend it straight back. Feel your length in your spine. Crown of the head is reaching forward. Heel is moving back. Toes can be down. They can be up. Take a little break here. Let's circle the wrists. So you can either stand on your knees or sit back on your heels, whatever comfortable for you, and circle the wrists around one way and then the other way. Good. Push the palms away. Curl your fingers in. Do this little twisting the washcloth, wringing out the water in it. Knuckles up and down. That's it. You got it. Circle. Reverse. Reverse. Good. Let's come onto our bellies and do some leg lifts. And this can be very helpful to have the blanket underneath your rib cage and your pelvis. Find that spot where it's supportive for your spine. You can also fold it. So instead of being flat like that, this can be helpful as well. Something like this. So that's if you have a sensitive lower back. If you don't need the blanket at all. Let's stack our hands, rest our forehead, and if it's more comfortable for you, you can turn your head one way, but then you want to make sure that you give due time to the other side, so you'll want to turn your head the other way. Inhale, lift the right leg, stretch it back, tone the hip. Let's draw little circles here. So draw little circles with your leg, then flex the foot, push the heel away, point it, flex it, point it, lower it down. Inhale, leg lifts, hip tones. Breathe in and breathe out. Exhale, lower the leg. Left leg lifts, spread the toes, reach it back. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift it. Keep pulling your ribs to the back of your shirts. Your belly's active. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Let's draw little circles. Notice how drawing the circles with one leg is different than the other. You might play with going clockwise and then counterclockwise to feel that. I'm feeling left is very different from right. A little bit harder for my left. Then you might do little toe taps as the foot is flexed. Point, flex, tap the toe. Inhale, lift it up. Point, flex, lower, lift, and lower. Let's take our hands wide and our elbows are on the earth. Push your forearms down. Shoulders up and back, press your forearms down. You might bring your hands in a little bit. Find that place where you can find a nice opening through the front of the body, pushing forearms down. Belly toning, hips are toning, ribs are pulling back. Neck spine is elongated. It's not dropping back and it's not dropping forward. Keep it nice and long. Let's gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale to center. Gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale to center. Maybe you lower down, take your hands by the side of your heart, by the sides of your ribs. Draw the shoulders up and back. Push your finger pads down. Push your pointer finger knuckle down. Elbows are lifting. Feel your shoulder blades on the back, and we haven't even lifted up yet. Push down a little bit. Maybe you lift a little bit more, toning your hips. We're in a little baby cobra. Our heart is elongated. Our neck is elongated. Our gaze is forward and down. Exhale, release down. Keep your hands activated. Inhale, lift up. Push palms down. Heart lifts. It's really telescoping forward. Exhale, lower down. Maybe lift the palms up and the heart forward. You won't go near as high, and it's okay. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. Take your arms straight back. Exhale, release your head, lower down for a moment. Breathe in, feel your belly expand against the earth. Exhale, soften. Take your hands by the side of your heart. Shoulders up and back. Lift into a cobra. Let's curl our toes under and lift into cat-cow. You might have the blanket underneath your knees or not. Claw the mat with your finger pads. Knees under hips. Exhale, round your spine. As you round your spine, your ribs are lifting, your shoulder blades are spreading, you're pushing your finger pads down, your knees are under your hips. We're going to reverse it. Shoulder blades together, tailbone lifting, heart rising, back of the neck long. Exhale, curl into cat, belly pulls in, finger pads press down. Inhaling, lifting heart, lifting sitting bones, we're into cow. One more time, round it. Belly pulls in and up. And come back to a neutral table. Let's sit down and do some stretches. You can sit on folded blankets or a pillow. Hi, Felix, what's up? You've been so good. You've been so good. Bring your feet together and your knees apart for butterfly. Make sure you're sitting on a blanket or two. Almost all of us need to be up on blankets because our spine, we need our lower back curve to angle inward into this lordic curve. If your back is rounding back like that, so it looks like this. If you're rounding back like that, you definitely need a few blankets or pillows. It's worth it. I know it can be a little bit gorgeous down dog, Felix. It can be a little bit challenging to press yourself up onto the blankets, but it's well worth it. Blocks under the knees take strain away. We want a little stretch. You can move your feet forward or back, forward or back. And then you might kind of wiggle yourself and sway so that we find our way to both sitting bones. Now let's tilt forward and back a little bit. Our pelvis tilts forward and back. Hands can be on your knees or your shins. And so as we lean back, you're going to feel that lower back. It rounds a bit, belly pulls in, but it's intentional. Our belly's pulling in, we're strong. Then we lift up, our heart lifts, our shoulder blades come on our back. Let's find a twist. Yes, you're tickling my toes, Felix. Left hand towards right shin, right hand behind us. We lift tall. So imagine your tailbone, it's down into the earth, and then you're lifting up tall. You take your hand to the top of your head and then twist all together. When you take your hand to the top of your head, it's something to push up into to grow taller. One of my students told me they grew an inch this year. Isn't that amazing? They grew an inch. We're twisting. Hand can come down. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale back to center. Maybe take the hand on the head again. Yeah, just kind of feel the height. It's like you're pushing the top of your head up into your hand. That's it. And then you'll feel your belly engage. Pull your ribs back. Now let's find our twist. Right hand to the shin or the thigh, whatever it touches. Left hand behind you. Find your twist. And if you like your hand on your head, go for it. I'm holding onto the shin and I'm pulling against the shin to get a little bit of more of a twist. We don't want to force anything or push it too much. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, come back to center. Notice how your body feels now. Let's take our feet a little bit more forward and notice how that feels. And then let's extend the right leg out to the side and see how that feels. And it might be forward and it might be outward. Pull the foot in a little bit towards you on the left side and feel your sitting bones. Then you might take your blocks in front of you, or you can just have your hands down. Either way, and we're going to lean forward till you feel a stretch. Stop. If you already feel it up here, you don't need to go any further. If you don't feel it, go a little bit more until you do. Then stay there. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's stay for about 30 seconds. We're feeling lengthening behind the right leg. You could be on your fingertips too, something like this to keep long. We're not rounding over like that. We're staying upright. So you can use your fingertips to push down to lift up and out of your waist. Then you might walk your hands forward to get a little bit more of a stretch. This is where it becomes personalized to what feels. The whole practice is really personalized to your body. It's individualized. It's about your body. And then let's lift back up and bring both feet together. Push your feet in towards each other. Give them a little, and then take your toes out, play with your toes, massage your arch a little bit. So good for it. And then we'll extend the left leg out to the side and pull the heel in. And make your adjustments. You might take your fingertips behind you, kind of lift the hips up and then lower them down. Some people use their hands and take the flesh of the skin of the hip and pull it back. No, Felix, that's okay. It was just a little something there. He got scared for a moment. Then we might do the same thing. Pick the flesh of the hip up and pull it back a little bit. You're turning the underside of the inner thigh down and back. That can be helpful to help the spine not round back like that. So lifting tall, using your blocks or not, or just your fingertips down. Just the fingertips down helps you to lift up and out of your waist. You might creepy crawl your fingers forward a little bit and then pause. I'm really digging these blocks lately. I think it just gives a little bit more leverage to find that stretch. Pull the ribs back. Toes are up. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. So notice how we're not leaning forward, so we do this. I'm feeling absolutely nothing doing that. We don't want to do that. We want to keep long, and then we're tilting our pelvis forward. Some people call it hinging. Hinging. I'm actually feeling more by lifting up rather than going down. Pull the ribs back. Sit tall. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's keep it about 30 seconds for our stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out. In and out. Soft breath in, belly breathing. In and out through the nose. Sit back upright. Bring the leg in and let's find our way onto our backs. You might have a little something under your head. You might not, but we don't want a flat neck. So the neck, you hear me say this all the time. We really don't want a flat neck. So in order to prevent that, you can take your hand behind your neck and make sure there's a curve. You don't want to feel your neck flat against the mat or a blanket. That's like a big no-no. Let's take our arms down by our side and then karate chop the mat with the sides of our arms, the pinky side. Lift our heart, push down through our feet. This could be your back bend right here, or push the toe pads down, your strong feet, lifting your hips without thrusting them upwards. Lift your toes, push the pads back down. Maybe walk your shoulders underneath you so you're swaying a little bit side to side, all the while keeping the neck supported by keeping a curve in it. Breathe in, breathe out, soft breath in, soft breath out. Now, maybe you come up onto the heel, or you lift it, put your toes down, lift the heel up, and then exhale, lower the heel down. Other side, lift the heel, exhale, lower it down. Notice how you might feel some toning in your hips here. Let's give it a break. Lower the hips down. Take a little break. Take a breath in, belly expands in through the nose, out through the nose. Toe pads press down, sides of arm bones press down, lift your hips. Lift your hips. Maybe you lift your heels, push down through the pads of your toes. Move, make sure that the back of the neck has a curve. That means space in between the mat and the skin on your neck. Lower the heels down. Lower the hips down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, lift your hips. Maybe you're going to transfer the weight to the right foot and lift the left toes up. Maybe you lift the leg up. Only go to the point where you feel supported. No pain, but you're going to feel the opposite hip, it's toning, it's working. Push down through your toe pads on the foundation leg that's pushing down. That's my right leg. Exhale, lower the foot, lower the hips. You will notice when you lift one leg that the other hip tones. Here we go, other side. Lift the hips, press the left toe pads down. Maybe, you don't have to, you could think about it, you're still going to tone your left hip. Maybe you lift the leg, maybe you don't. Maybe you have to move the heel in a little bit more towards you. Maybe, right? It's not absolute, nothing's absolute. Let's lower the foot down, lower the hips. Inhale, bring the right knee in towards you, and then lower the foot. Left knee in towards you. Lower the foot, bring it in, lower, bring it in, lower, right knee in, press the heel towards the sky, lower the leg, stop if your lower back rises, push your ribs down, pull the knee on in, lift the leg up, lengthen the heel outwards, pull the knee back in, lift it up, ribs are down, lengthen the heel forward, pull it in. Let's do that half happy baby we were doing in the chair. Pull the knee in towards your right shoulder. You could have a strap around your foot like we did seated, or you can use your hands on your shin to pull the knee in. This is a little bit of a hip opener and an inner thigh opener. Breathe in and breathe out. Then cross your right thigh over your left, bring both knees in towards you and kick your feet out to the side. I'm going to turn this way so you can see what it looks like. Right thighs over left. Use your hands on your shins and gently pull the knees toward you. You're going to feel a good stretch right here on the buttocks. Yes, Felix, that's where you feel it. If you pull your knees in, you're going to feel it more. If you push your feet away, you're going to feel it more. So if they push your feet away from each other, you'll feel it more. There's all kinds of way to feel here. Let's put the feet down and take a break, and we'll do the other side. I'm just turning so you can see. We check out our neck and everything. Make sure that the curve in the neck is good. Take your hands behind the neck. Make sure that curve is there and that the neck is not flat. Then, let's bring the left knee in. Kick it on up and circle it around. Pull the knee in. Lift it up, circle it around. Bring it on in, lift it up, circle it around. Bring it on in. Let it lower down. Bring it on in, let it lower down. Bring it on in, lift the heel up, kick it forward, around and about. If you feel lower back pain, don't lower the legs so much because that will bring the pain on in. So the more we extend the leg, the more you might feel the pain. So you don't want it. You do not want it. You bend your knee, you bring it on in. Let's go for the half happy baby. Take your hands around the shin or on your foot. Pull the knee in towards your shoulder. And get that nice stretch in the inner thigh, maybe the back of the hip. You can do teeny little pulses. That's good. Breathe in and breathe out. And in and out. Then we're going to cross the left thigh over the right and pull your knees towards you. Now that might be enough right here. I'm already feeling it in the thigh area. If you want more, you pull the knees towards you and you push your feet away. Your hands can be on your shins or your ankles. Try not to round your shoulders. You can push your feet away and notice how that is. It's feet pushing away from each other, right and left and right. You take your knees away, you don't feel it quite as much. So we got to adjust. We're making micro adjustments for your body. And then release and let that go. Let that go. We're going to do one more bridge just to stretch out the front of the thighs. Let's karate chop the earth with the pinky sides down. Lift the hips up. Tone your hips. Sway your hips to the right and back to center. And sway to the left and back to center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe you walk your arms or shoulders underneath you a little bit more. Pads of the toes pushing down. Pull your heels isometrically towards you. They're not moving. You can barely see it. You feel some good toning in your legs and in your hips. Exhale, release the hips down. Give yourself a big, big hug. A big, 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 big hug. And let your knees drop down to one side, arms into cactus. So elbows bent. And the elbows are slightly lower than the shoulders. So arms are not up here. It's more elbows just lining up a little bit lower than the shoulder. You might put something under the arm if your arm is lifting up, just so it has something to relax down onto. You might turn your head the opposite direction if that's okay with your neck. So how do we know if it's okay with our neck? Well, we got to feel it. If you know it has any vulnerabilities, I wouldn't turn it. You know if your doctor's told you to do something or not. Listen to your body. It knows best. And when you're ready, bring your knees in towards you and twist the other way. Take your knees, let them fall to the other way, keeping your arms in the cactus. Take about 4 or 5 breaths as you breathe in and out through your nose. Really focus on breathing in, feeling sensation of breathing in. Feel the sensation of breathing out. Then you're going to find your way to your resting pose. You might massage your spine, rock right and left. Choose your resting pose. It could be traditional Shavasana with legs extended. Maybe a blanket on you. It's a little damp day around here. Or put a bolster under your knees. That's often nice for people's lower back. Sorry to disturb you, Felix. You've been such a good boy. Such a good boy. You might have your knees on your thighs and just let your feet flap open. Your hands can be on your belly, or your arms can be down by your side with your palms facing up. I like to walk my shoulders underneath me and maybe let the head rock gently one way and then the other until it finds that balance right in the center. And feel the part of your head that just presses down gently. Breathe in and breathe out. And we're breathing in and we're breathing out. And this is where you rest. This is where you take the time to rest and to feel the sensation of restoring, of relaxing. And you might have a little mantra that you say to yourself, such as the one we started with. You don't have to use the Sanskrit words. You could make it your own. The Sanskrit words are, the translation is, may all beings be happy and free, and may my words, deeds, and actions contribute to this happiness and joy and peace. You may have your own prayer that you send outwards and to yourself. Focusing on the sensation in the body as the breath relaxes, returns to a normal pace, rhythm. You aware of the beginning, the middle, and the end of each breath. You breathe in, the inhalation has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and you breathe out, and the exhalation has a beginning, a middle, and an end. But the breath is cyclical. It keeps going rhythmically, effortlessly. You feel your feet relaxing, your legs relaxing, your hips. The whole area from the bottom of your feet to the top of your legs. Hips feel heavy and settled. Noticing which points of your spine touch the earth. Bringing your awareness to the spaces in between your spine and the mat, the earth beneath you. The abdominal organs softening, releasing any tension. They're soothed with the breath. They feel more free and relaxed. Relaxing the shoulders, the upper arms, the lower arms, and the hands. Relaxing the whole face, jaw, upper and lower, eyebrows, the area in between the eyebrows, the area in between your ears. This area that helps us with our balance. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relaxing the whole body. The head, the spine, the arm bones and leg bones, the organs, all the skin covering our whole body, all relaxing from inside out and outside in. Notice any area in the body that needs a little bit more encouragement to relax. And send your awareness there. Not in a forceful way, just sending it love. Sending it your breath. Releasing and letting go. Let's bring our palms in front of our heart. As we bow inward, you may be coming back to seated. Take your time. Go slow, or maybe you're choosing to rest for the day. Or just a little bit more time for you. You deserve it. We use this time to restore, refresh, revitalize. And we say, Loka, Samasta, Sukhi Nom, Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free, and may our words, deeds, and actions contribute to their happiness and peace. Namaste, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend.